right. Roll. You all set, Ken?
Yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to our February 12th, 2018 Public Council meeting. Roll call, please.
Councilman Camburis?
Here.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Here.
Councilman Vargo? Deputy Mayor Sakala? Mayor Tonella?
Here, Councilman Vargo and Councilman Sakala both had conflicts tonight, so that's why they're not here. Please rise for a flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting was duly provided to the Verona Cedar Grove Times and the Star Ledger by email and published in an annual schedule of meetings meeting dated December 28th, 2017, and respectfully filed with the Township Clerk and posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building lobby in accordance with the Open Publics Meeting Act. Item 2, approval of minutes. If there's no objection, we could take A and B together. You ready? You're good? You want to make a motion? Is there a motion to approve both A and B?
Motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Camburis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Mayor Tonella?
Yes. Item 3, the meeting is open to the residents of the township wishing to be heard on any item on the agenda. Seeing none, I close that portion of the meeting. Reports of township officials. Good evening, Mr. Tucci.
Good evening, Mayor. A few items. First, the council had asked me to follow up with another letter to Mayor Baraka of the city of Newark regarding the Newark watershed property. You'll see in the packet, there's a letter dated January 26th to Mayor Baraka. Hopefully, we'll hear something in response to this letter, but I just wanted to follow up on what the council had asked me. Second, there's a memo in the packet dated January 9th, addressed to me from Alex Palumbo, our township engineer, and this is regarding the recommendation for award of bid for the installation of the fire department breathing air system. It's a new cascade system where the fire department will be able to fill up their bottles here. It's going to be at 14 Cedar Street, so my recommendation is to put it on. The money is in the budget, and if the council authorizes it, we'll have it on for a resolution for the next meeting.
I have no objection. No objection?
Next item is always something I'm very happy to talk about. We had our municipal auction again this year. This time we did it as an online auction. There's a service out there where people just bid online like you do everything else. The township was able to recoup, after we paid all the fees and everything, $78,280.43. So the saying that one man's trash is another man's treasure is very true, because we reaped a lot more than we thought we were going to reap here, and that goes into the town coffers as revenue. Last item I have is the Cedar Grove Historical Society is required by contract to give us an annual summary of their operations. In the packet, they have submitted the annual report for this year, and that was for the council's informational purposes. Anybody has any questions on it, I'll be happy to ask whatever I could. And if not, I'll reach out to the Historical Society, but that's just fulfilling one of the requirements of the agreement.
Great.
And that's all I have for this evening, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Tucci. Good evening, Ms. Stutz.
Good evening, Mayor. Just a couple of things. In the packet, there is a request from a marketing group for Mountainside Medical Center that's requesting to make a presentation to the council about some of the changes that are going on at Mountainside Hospital. I told them that they had to submit the request to you. They wanted to know what would be an agreeable date.
Do you want to come and do a presentation to us?
They said like a 10-minute presentation.
Mayor, just a suggestion.
Yeah.
Might be advisable to make them come to a staff meeting.
Right.
But it's more, a little bit less
Agreed.
formal.
Right.
And might have a little bit more time to share.
If there's no objection, why don't we just schedule for one of our staff meetings when they're available, and we'll just put it on the agenda?
Okay.
That make sense?
Sure. Okay, the other thing that's in the packet is there was a request from the Library Board of Trustees to remove a member, and I provided some backup information regarding that issue as well.
I saw that in there, and I'm willing to concur with the library board's recommendation. Does anybody else have any comment on that? We're okay with accepting the recommendation? Okay, so we'll go ahead with that, Ms. Stutz.
Okay, and then the last item is there was a letter of resignation submitted from a planning board member, and I've provided some information subsequent to that also for the governing body's review.
Right. Since we're not at a full body tonight, and I know Councilman Sakala and Vargo were also at those interviews, I think it would make sense for all of us to be at a meeting for us to make that decision. So why don't we just schedule that for our next meeting?
Sure.
And we can make a decision then.
That's all I have, Mayor.
That's all you have? Okay, thank you. With regard to the library board, we're going to need to advertise, we're going to need to fill that spot, that vacancy, no? We're going to need that.
Yes, you will. It's your appointment
Oh, it's another
That's the-
appointment?
That's the mayor's.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, all right,
with the consent of the council. so-
right, okay. Got it. Okay, thank you. Mr. Zelinski, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor. How are you?
Good.
Two items. Number one, there is a memo in the packet regarding the township's inability to provide a jitney service that leaves the township borders.
Okay.
If anyone has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Thank you.
The second item is under new business. There is an ordinance regarding the Downtown Advisory Committee. The only purpose of that ordinance is to renumber the advisory committee in the township code so that the various chapters flow in alphabetical order.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Zelinski. Anything else?
That's it.
That's it? Okay. Township reports. Councilman Camberas?
Just 1 second. I'd like to congratulate the Cedar Grove Fire Department on their newly elected officers, and I'd like to congratulate the Cedar Grove Ambulance Squad on their 80th anniversary and their installation of their new offices. That's it.
That's it, thank you. Yes, this past Saturday, Councilman Camberas, myself, Councilman Peterson, Councilman Vargo were able to attend the 80th anniversary of the Rescue Squad and installation dinner. And it was just, it's a very memorable evening to be able to share in that celebration with them. I know we all had an enjoyable time, and it's great to see so many of the old guard there, for lack of a better term, as well as a lot of new members, including Councilwoman Peterson's daughter, who follows in a line of rescue squad members. So a very proud moment for Councilwoman Peterson and for us as a council. And also, the weekend before, Councilman Camberas, myself, and Councilman Vargo attended the installation dinner for the fire department, and they were also celebrating, their 110th anniversary in town. I know Councilwoman Peterson, you had the flu that night. I know you wanted to be there, but you were there in spirit, and your husband was there as well as your father-in-law. That was a very well-attended night. And again, it gives us an opportunity as council to thank our volunteers on behalf of the community, because we truly are a community that is run by volunteers, and starting with our first responders. So I'm glad you brought that up, and I want to congratulate them all and thank them for their service. I don't have anything to add. Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes, good evening, Mayor. The New Jersey Assembly's Committee on Oversight Reform and Federal Regulations is holding a meeting on March 5th to hear thoughts from the public on marijuana legalization. If the council doesn't object, I'd like to request a letter be drafted that states our opposition to the legalization of marijuana and our intent to potentially ban the sale of that in Cedar Grove.
I think that's a good idea. Councilman Camberas, any objection?
I agree 100%.
Okay, good. I think it's a great idea for us to be proactive. I know you brought this up at a recent meeting. I was absent at that meeting, but I support that initiative 100% as well. I think there's way too many questions, not enough answers. I don't want to see it legalized, let alone be sold in Cedar Grove. So anything that we can do to stay ahead of that discussion, I'm in favor of. So with regard to the letter, Ms. Stutz, I guess you'll need a little background from us in order to put a letter together on our behalf? Okay,
Yes.
we can talk about that afterwards? Okay, great. Thank you, Ms. Peters.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yep.
One more thing, the Municipal Alliance Committee is holding on March 8th, Hidden in Plain Sight. It's a drug education for parents, mostly of teens. We invited Verona. I spoke with Deputy Mayor Nachimson. He passed it out to the Verona MAC, and they're going to be coming, so it's going to be a great event. It's March 8th. I'll remind again at the next council meeting, but I just wanted to put it out there.
Where's that going to be held?
At the community center.
Okay.
Robert O'Toole Community
Okay.
Center. Yep.
Great.
So that's all I have.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. All right, moving on to the consent agenda. Ms. Stutz, we can take A through H together, correct?
Yes, you may.
There's no objection, so why don't we take A through H together on the consent agenda? Need a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Just want to say what it was that you were.
I would just read
Sure.
the titles. Just for the
Okay.
public.
Just the raffle.
All right, so we have a motion, we have a second. Under discussion, A is to consider a resolution concerning approval of raffle applications for Wayne Council of PTOs. B is to consider a resolution concerning approval of raffle application for Susie G. Komen Foundation. C is to consider a resolution concerning approval of raffle application West Essex Foundation of Education, Inc. D is to consider a resolution concerning approval of raffle application St. Paresky Philotopicus of the St. George Greek Orthodox Church. E is to consider a resolution concerning approval of raffle application DePaul Diocesan HS Parents Association. F is to consider a resolution concerning approval of raffle application Cedar Grove Elks. G is to consider a resolution concerning approval of raffle applications Wizard Sports Club, Inc. And H, to consider resolution concerning approval of raffle application Little Falls School Number 1 PTA.
Mayor, I have to say, you've done a much better job than I would pronouncing some of those. I just have to compliment
Thank you.
you. Not easy.
Not at all. Okay, we have is a roll call, please?
Councilman Couveras?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Mayor Tinella?
Yes. Item 6, new business. A, to consider introduction of pending ordinance number 18822, amending Chapter 60 of the Township Code entitled Downtown Advisory Committee. This is the ordinance that Mr. Zelinski referenced earlier. No, so there's a motion. There's a here. Yeah, I'm just looking for it here. I had it in front of me. You have it? You can read it, go ahead, read it, yeah.
So motion for introduction of pending ordinance. I move introduction of pending ordinance number 17-822 to be published in full in the Verona Cedar Grove Times as a pending ordinance with a public hearing scheduled for March 5th, 2018.
Mayor, if I may, it's ordinance 18-822. I think there's a typo in the, that's okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Couveras?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Mayor Tinella?
Yes. Item 6B, to consider resolution concerning tax reduction granted by Tax Court of New Jersey.
Be it resolved that the required 2013 tax cancellation be made.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Couveras?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Mayor Tinella?
Yes. Item 6C, to consider resolution concerning Sustainable New Jersey grant application.
Be it resolved that the governing body does authorize the submission of a solar energy feasibility study to Sustainable New Jersey by the township.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Under discussion, Mr. Tucci.
Yes,
just-
this is just a follow-up. Remember, at the last meeting, we had members of the Environmental Commission come, and they had proposed, I believe, 2 items. One was potentially doing a study for solar energy. I thought that was a very, very worthwhile endeavor. I spoke to Mr. Heidel Maestri back and forth with emails, and this is a letter of support. He's going to put together the application, and I think it has to go in 2 weeks. I think in a couple of weeks, by the 28th, I think the
Yes.
deadline was.
Okay.
So this is just supporting that application so that they can put it in. And
Perfect.
I think it's a good idea.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Tucci. Roll call, please.
Councilman Couveras?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Mayor Tinella?
Yes. Item 7, approval of bills.
Be it resolved that the summary bills, having been duly audited and found correct, are hereby ordered paid in the amount of $8,066,829.35.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
Under discussion, Mr.
I'd be
Tucci.
remiss if I didn't
Right.
tell you that 2.3 million of that is going to the Board of Education.
Right.
And approximately 3 million of that is going to the County of Essex. So there is
Right,
approximately $5.5 million right there.
right. Appreciate that, Mr. Tucci. Roll call, please.
Councilman Camburis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Mayor Tinella?
Council
Yes.
Cabarrus was laughing. I saw, because he knew.
He was a little reluctant to say yes, I think. The meeting is now open to the residents of the township wishing to be heard on any item on or off the agenda concerning township business. Mr. Burns, just your name and your address, please.
Guess I'm the only one here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Only one wishing to be heard right now.
well, there you go.
I don't want to discount Mr. Rizzo. Come on.
Hello, Paul Burns, 2 Elm Drive, Cedar Grove. I'm asking that we haven't had any discussion, and I haven't heard anything, but I'm told that there has been discussion about the ball field. How far are we, and what are we doing? Because I seen a sign out in this,
Right.
at the street now. What are we doing?
Mr. Tucci, want to give Mr. Burns
Well,
a background?
just to give you a little
on the field?
update. The plans are still being drawn up. The developer, K. Hovnanian, is in discussion with DEP. They're going over the wetland maps right now. So we don't have a final design plan, but once we do have it, we will have it for the public to show before time.
Right.
That's where we are.
Good.
Again, the plans are being formulated. The issue is the wetlands and the boundaries and where exactly it's going to
Right.
fall on the property.
That sign that you see over there, Mr. Burns, is basically, not basically, what it is, it's just a joint collaboration between the Board of Ed and the Town Council. We did sign a redevelopment agreement with the developer, and part of one of the concessions that we were able to negotiate was for K. Hovnanian to build us a new field back there.
All right. When is the neighbors going to be notified on what's going to be done? And
Right.
continue about the lighting and all the other garbage that's going to happen. Honestly, the lighting in the 2 fields that we've had already, and I've spoken to at least one person for the girls' field, okay, and that light's shining right in their house, and she's complained about it forever, and nothing was ever done about it. Okay, I'm talking about right in their house. And now we're talking about over here, and I just don't know how far we're going and where we're going because there's no notification,
Right.
you know. And there are, I don't have to go into it, there are laws. I need to be notified, we all need to be notified. So I just want to know how far we're going and where we're going about it. Obviously, because it's been put on the computer, you know, and I'm getting people telling me back and forth, it's going through.
It is going through.
But, okay, it's
Right.
going through according to this body. I need to know how far we gone and how much is it going to affect my house and all the people around us. And what are we going to know about it?
Well, to Mr. Tucci's point, we don't have the final plans yet. Once we have the final plans, we'll be able to share them with the public. But there is going to be a field built back there. That's definite.
That's definite.
That's
Okay.
definite.
I need to know where the lights are going to shine.
Right.
And I need to know that this township is going to back me up. Because honestly, if it was your house or anybody's house, that the lights were shining directly into your face, you'd have a problem with it. Now, this is my house. Now, I want to know. And I need to know.
I know where your house is located, Mr. Burns.
Before it gets passed through, I need to know.
So, Mr.
And I
Burns.
should have got a notification a long time ago, but I haven't. You told me I was gonna.
Right.
Excuse me?
Right.
I'm not done. I was gonna get a notification that it was going through, but I never did. Excuse me for pointing fingers, but that's the truth. That was here. You told me I was gonna be let know, and I was gonna have an opportunity to speak. That never happened. Now I'm done.
Okay. You're going to be notified once we have the...
Once it's done.
Can I finish? I heard you say-
No.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Say
Finish what you're
it.
saying.
Say it, because you're wrong.
Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me
asking you
when
a
I'm
question.
wrong.
Sir.
Don't tell me.
Sir.
Don't talk over me.
Sir.
Don't talk over me,
Sir.
okay?
Who's talking over who?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Mr. Burns. Finish what you're saying, then I will talk.
Okay.
You can talk all you want and tell me how many notices you want, and finish what you're saying.
Are you telling me that I don't deserve that respect?
Never said it. Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm asking you a question.
No.
I'm done. Now you may speak.
Okay. Oh, thanks for your permission.
Thank you.
Great. You'll be noticed pursuant to the law. That's my answer to your question. Great. I like that.
Not an answer.
It is an answer.
It's not an answer.
You don't like an answer?
Are you
You have any other questions?
respecting this township, or are you just doing what you want?
I'm not doing what I want.
I'm asking a question.
I don't know what you're asking him.
You don't know.
No.
Are
You have
you
any other
forcing
questions,
this down
Mr.
my
Burns?
throat, or are you just going to do it?
No.
Or are you just going
So-
to have fun with it?
Depends what you think was forcing something down your throat. There is going to be a field back there, whether you like it or not. With regard to the notice, you'll get notice pursuant to applicable law.
Whether I like it or not? Okay.
Yes. You have any other questions?
No, I'm...
Okay.
let you
Anybody else from the public wishing to be heard? Seeing none, I close that portion of the meeting. Is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Thank you.